One fight night 29 finished just a few minutes ago. We saw Allycia Rodrigues put on a clinic against Marie McManamon. We're reacting to it this time on Fighting with Friends. Welcome back to Fighting with Friends, the undisputed African fighting podcast champion of the world. One fight night 29 finished just a few minutes ago from the legendary Lupini Stadium, Bangkok, Thailand. And with me today, reacting to the fight card, I have the reigning, defending, undisputed vegan champion of the world and our chief analyst, that is, of course, Brother Gaia.
Let's go.
Let's go. Also with us today, ladies and gentlemen, the CPS BMF FWF BMF champion of the world. Only professional record now, 29 and 0. It's Nazim Al Nino, aka Babu.
Yes, we are, boys, we are.
We back, bro. We back. We just finished the live stream a few minutes ago. So please excuse us, ladies and gentlemen, if we are a little bit tired. We've been at it since the early hours of the morning. But as always, boys, one fight night 29. As always, we start
at the top of the card.
At the top of the card, we did see Allycia Rodrigues. Absolute shutout here against Marie McManamon. So yeah, it feels very strange to talk about it because it happened just so recently. But yeah, shutout, took the first round to get reads and then just put it on going forward in the fight. PG, what can you tell us here, bro?
Yeah, dude, shutout is actually the correct term to use there because part of both myself and Baba were saying maybe if it goes to the later rounds, McManamon is going to be a bit stronger, have more energy to get there. But I think Rodrigues just took it opportunity away completely before we could even get to the later rounds. You know, they went to the fourth, but they didn't go to the fifth. Rodrigues did enough damage at that point to pretty much end the fight because Marie couldn't get up off the stool. But you said that AD, she did a lot of reads in that first round. Nice slow pace in that first round. Rodrigues was just looking at the movement of Marie, seeing what she was going to bite to. If she painted this way, she would like you was an Eddie. She was cocking up that front leg for the tip every time, just to get those reads to see how McManamon was going to respond to it. And then she ended up using that tip against the thighs of McManamon, which was really nice because that stopped a lot of the entry movement from Marie. She couldn't come close because she was getting taken out by the legs there. Body kicks from Rodrigues was hurting her. Even the left body shot with the hands was hurting Marie. And then pretty much every combo she started, like Babu said in the live stream, she started with either a left jab or a right straight to the body, and coming up with a left or a right hook. And McManamon didn't know how to defend that or to even get away. We didn't see her do any sort of lateral movement when Rodrigues would corner. She would kind of just get back up and get stuck in that position and had nothing going forward. Sad, really sad to watch just because that was a complete annihilation and domination from Marie Rodrigues. And that, I think that sets her up for a what do you call it, potential double sport champion to fight against Pacatiw. And one thing I also want to highlight about Allycia Rodrigues in this fight is the stamina. I thought she was going to get a little bit tired, because she folded out really nicely, but boy, she's conditioned really well to go the 5 rounds. She looked like she was going to turn it on even more if they were going to go to the 5th round. But I think I also said in the live stream, she fought in a pace that allowed that. Allycia wasn't unloading too many combos within the first and second round. She was very patient with what she was throwing and very accurate with what she was throwing as well, which then ultimately led to the point in round 3 and round 4 where she could let those hands and legs go and those elbows go. But what a performance! Tough fighter to fight against. She's going to be a champ for a while in that Muay Thai division, in the Muay Thai discipline.
Thanks, PG. And yeah, I think for me personally, a little bit of mercy there that they called it while she was on the stool, Marie McManamon, while she was on the stool. I think it was the right decision because, like we did say on stream, the damage she would have taken in that last round would have been unnecessary for both parties. So, But yeah, Babu, from your side, sir.
Like nothing much to add. I think PG did an amazing job just recapping the fight. Like I just think you just saw levels in skill and in reading an opponent.
Mm.
Um, like BG said on the live stream, tough day out there from Marie Rodriguez, McManamon to come into the one championship and then fight against a champion, and then to get outclassed in that way. It was a tough watch, and
Mm.
you can only hope that she bounced back nicely. I think from her perspective, it's just about getting acclimated to like the Thai fighting now. She was a champion in the UK, and she dominated over in the UK. But as we see with a lot of foreign fighters in one, they much more boxing heavy than kick
Yeah.
heavy, and it does take a bit of time to get accustomed to the new approaches and everything like that. And yeah, we saw Allycia just dominate that fight. And yeah, like BG said, the kicks were I think the keys to victory, as well as
Mm.
how she was just stringing everything together.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
shot
Yeah,
selection was just something else to witness.
absolutely perfect on the night. Yeah, but you know, it makes me wonder now for Marie. This must have been
Mm.
such an eye opener for her to see, like, yo, because she was a champion on the UK scene, and now she comes here and she gets, let's face it, bruh, she got fucked up on the night. That's like the best way I can describe it, bruh. She got her ass
Yeah.
beat from pillar to
Yeah.
post. You know what I mean?
Uh, uh,
Yeah.
So for her, I wonder what kind of psychological impact that's gonna have on her, having like this
Good question.
baptism of fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But PG, will go to final thoughts from you, and then we'll keep it moving, please.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, like you say, that I like that you brought it up the eye-opening point. That's very true because now it's a different scene. It's actually a bigger stage. To be honest, one championship isn't a small organization or small promotion. They're massive. So you're competing on a stage where it's international. Everyone from everywhere is competing in that organization. So I think she's probably realized first fight in the one championship, and this is what the champion is like. It's bittersweet. It's bitter because the beatdown was just an absolute beatdown, but the sweet part is like I've tasted that level now. I've seen my first fight in the organization is against the best that they've got, and that's how she beats me. So it's like she can maybe learn from that. I think that 33 it may be a little too late, but at least now she can say she tasted that level, and maybe she can try and do something about it. Because Rodriguez is only 26. I don't see her slowing down for the next 10 years, to be honest with you. Unless she gets like badly hurt or something that keeps her out for a while. But the way she's looking, I don't know if she's going to be slowing down. Which brings me to the future of Rodriguez. I think she alluded to it in a post fight interview in the ring. She wants Patija. Patija's fighting at 172 at the end of March. That's March 23rd. Um, and she's fighting against Kana to defend the title. I think she's going to defend the title. I think she's going to beat Kana pretty easily. And then we are going to set up a bout between the two ladies. I'm not sure if it's going to be Muay Thai or kickboxing, but I'm amped to see either one go on the line because I really want to see that fight play out between the two of them because both of them are taking the moniker of the queen of the Atomweight division. So let's put the Dukes up and let's see who's the rightful queen.
Put those dukes up. I like PG. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on the fight and as well as the future of Allycia Rodriguez. And also maybe what you thought in terms of Marie McManamon and what the future holds for her. But all right then, boys, we'll
Mhm.
keep it moving and we'll go to a bantamweight Muay Thai fight here. We saw Rambolek Chor come up against Parham Gheirati. Parham, of course, missing weight leading up to the fight, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, Rambolek looking good on the night, getting the second round TKO. So Babu, what can you tell us here, bro?
Beautiful display from Rambolek. If I'm not
Mm.
mistaken, yeah, like you just said, fight, fight of the night, fighter of the night for
Yeah.
me. Rambolek absolutely looked levels above Gheirati. I think Gheirati was just, even though he missed weight, he just looked like he was trying to slug it out, like BG said in the on the live stream,
Mm, mm,
throwing everything in every punch that he tried to throw, and Rambolek didn't seem phased by it. He was just moving out of the way, and his right straight was just straight money. I think it dropped him like 3 times, and then I think he slipped in one elbow there that cut open Gheirati pretty badly. But yeah, it was a quick night at the office for Rambolek. I don't even think he. I think like after the first 30 seconds, he just thought to himself like, "Oh, okay, you're not up for the fight, or you don't want to be. Let me get you out here."
Yeah, get him out of there. He did indeed. BG.
Yes, sir. I mean, just to add to what you said, Eddie, about Parham Gheirati not making the weight, resulted in the fight not taking place at bantamweight anymore. They fought at catch weight at 147 pounds. That's just above the featherweight,
Thanks, BG.
featherweight limit. And why I'm bringing up that point is because I think that was very important into why Gheirati looked the way he looked and fought the way he fought. I didn't think, I personally think he didn't have the gas tank to go for 3 rounds. So he really tried to take the fire to Rambolek, like really take the fire to him to get the fight out as quickly as possible. But that resulted in him becoming easier of a target for Rambolek to hit him because Rambolek, like Babu said, was very calm and composed. Even when Parham was like slugging at him, that can be scary to fight against. If someone's coming at you with that kind of intentions, it can put you in a position where you're like, I have to, I have to fight this out because I might get knocked out here. And
I
Rambolek
can't let
didn't
you
show
get close.
you know what I mean? He looked like he didn't have any sort of fear because every time Parham would throw a hard left hook, you see Rambolek go look back, straight, right, straight, with no telegraph, just straight.
Clean.
And dropped him twice in that first round. Second round was there was another knockdown with Babu to the elbow. And then the finishing sequence was again another straight right, and I was like, oh, this fight's over. But that's how we predicted it to happen. Now, like I said before the fight started, I'm a bit wary of that weight cut. It didn't look good for me. So Rambolek extends his win streak to 3, looking phenomenal. Young lad, I think he's very close to the featherweight division in terms of that weight limit. I don't think he was weighing in at 147. I think he was weighing at 140. So I think let's give him a athlete that's probably gonna make the weight. Not another young prospect like Parham Gheirati. Give him someone a little bit older. I would like to say, for example, he's got $100,000 contract after his first fight. That tells you what Charlie Singletong and the One Championship think about this kid. Right? He's gonna be 22 this year. If I'm One Championship, I test this boy against Smoking Joe Netherwood. He's on a 4 or 5 fight losing streak. 5 fight losing streak. Give this kid that. Give him another level above because with a performance like that, I think he can beat any one of these other young prospects. To be honest with you, he looks like an elite striker already, and he's only gonna get stronger and better.
Yeah, I do like that fight, BG Smoking Joe. Baba, you're a big Smoking Joe fan. What are your thoughts
Yeah,
there,
boy. Yeah.
bro? What
Or
are your
even
thoughts?
Citrus
Um,
guy.
uh, I I think Smoking Joe might. I think from body size, I think Smoking Joe carries a bit more weight into the fight. Um, I don't know if Rambolek is gonna have the same success against Smoking
Hmm.
Joe. Um, because Smoking Joe is much more time. And
Mm.
he's seasoned. He's not gonna try and overextend himself. He knows when to go, when to cover up and stuff. So it would be an interesting fight, but I think like cause the fight scares me for Smoking Joe. I think that's a top of the hat to Rambolek because I wouldn't want to see Smoking Joe go out and get KO'd. And I think Rambolek does have the skills to do something like that and does carry the power. But I would be interested in the fight. I would watch it with a sore heart,
Mm.
but I would be interested in the fight.
I just want to correct myself. Smoking Joe has got a 3 fight losing streak, but only won one fight in his last 6.
It doesn't read well either way, bro.
Nah, but read the opponents, boy. I don't put down my guy like that, man.
I'm a
Give us
Serious.
some,
Smoking Joe
Don't
give
fan
just
us
as
some
well.
like
context.
he's losing here to every bum on the street.
Nobody knows, nobody give a Brazil don't care about sports.
Pablo. Nah, I think he
So,
lost against the title guys. I get it, but Rambolek you remember he was a champion at the Rajajam outside of this, so he's no slouch to fighting for titles. He's not a newbie when it comes to that. He's been around the block there.
yeah, fair comment. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please let us know your thoughts in the comments on this one. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. BG, final thoughts to you, sir, and then we will skate.
Final thoughts. Yeah, fan. I'm a fan, dude. I'm becoming a big fan of him, of Rambolek. I think Parham Gheirati has got good talent. Remember, he's also only 21 years old. I think he's just gonna have to grow in his career with his diet. He's gonna grow with how he works with his body, because his body's not gonna always be this way. He might even be heavier as he gets older. So he just needs to learn how to manage that weight, which ultimately makes a big difference for when an athlete performs. If you have a really good weight cut and a good camp, you know what I mean. If the weight cut's not that great, it shows up in the fight. Then, yeah, I want to wish him the best for that, because I do think he's a talent in there. As for Rambolek, one for the future, boys.
One for the future. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first to drop a like for Fighting with Friends. But we'll keep it moving, boys. Bantamweight, Muay Thai, Pacatiw, Soe Lin Oo.
Just before we keep it moving
Sorry, yes,
quickly,
Babu. Yeah, please, bro.
just found out Marie McManamon, this is a debut professional fight. She's
Is it?
never fought
I
professional.
know it was
That's
a
why we
debut in
couldn't
the one
find.
championship.
Nah, we couldn't find like anything because
That's
this
why they
was a
couldn't find
debut
anything on
professional.
Tapology. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
this
Yeah.
was a
Oh.
professional bout. She's only fought amateur before this.
Yo, so those footage that I watched was amateur bouts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
suck.
We need like a breaking news sound effect. What, Babu?
Yeah,
Babu's
Nah,
been
no
on
worries,
it
no worries.
lately with the breaking news, bro. Shout out to
yeah.
you, bro. Leveling up in the media game. Nicely done, bro. But yeah, we do go to Soe Lin Oo here. Who came up against Dimitri Kovtun. Kovtun winning by unanimous decision on the night. Yeah, Soe Lin Oo living up to the moniker, the Man of Steel, but just not active enough at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So PG, what can you tell us here, bro?
Yeah, man, it's hard to speak about it because I'm such a fan of him, of Soe Lin Oo, you know, and the litterweight fighters, as our friend in the comments, what was his name? The striking study was alluding to. Like this, they got a lot of conditioning, built different, powerful guys, but just slow starters. You know, don't really get it going. Tanzim isn't really a slow starter. He's a fast starter, but doesn't
Yeah.
have the conditioning to go a little bit further. Soe Lin Oo, on the other hand, is a slow starter but can go for 50 rounds easy. He doesn't even get tired. And you could see Dimitri was fighting off the back foot pretty much the whole fight, but fought well from the back foot. I mean, he was evading a lot of the strikes and he was throwing enough strikes to keep adding up that tally of being active and landing a bit more frequently and, you know, being that kind of athlete. And I think that won him in the eyes of the judges. I mean, even in our eyes as well. But I would say, like, oh, Soe Lin Oo, if he can just start strong, that everything will change for him because all the fights he fights in this one's a good example. The fighters they fold. They end up like walting as the fight goes on. They don't want to be in there with Soe Lin Oo. They just like they realize I can't knock this guy out. I'm hitting him with everything. I'm kicking him in the stomach. And he's just powering up every time he gets punched. Yeah, every time. It's like, how do you fight against someone like this? Like, what do you do? You know, and you could see Dimitri was just thinking, like, damn it, like, get this dude out of here, please. Or he wanted out himself because when Soe Lin Oo closed in, he closes in so nice with the left hand guard up and he pushes almost his opponent's hands up like that and just body shots you the whole time. And Dimitri didn't want any of that, and I thought that was beautiful. Then he pushes up the elbows. So I'm talking so much about the ending of the fight because I want to see more of that in the beginning of the
Yeah,
fight. You know what I mean? I want to see Soe Lin Oo do that more because for the first 6 minutes of the fight, you're asking yourself, why is he not getting in there? Why is he throwing one strike every like 15 seconds? Whereas Dimitri's throwing like strike every second, you know? So yeah, and that ultimately lost him the fight. But again, putting on a performance that because it's again like recency bias, the last thing you remember is Soe Lin Oo putting on a mad show in the round. So you go, oh,
yeah.
he's a good fighter. And you
He
forget
won in
that
the
he gets beat up.
streets.
You know what? Yeah, in the streets he's winning every day.
Yeah.
But into the rules he's losing all the time. So I would like to see some kind of change for him as we progress as fight fans watching this organization put on such good fights. But Dimitri, on the other hand, did what he needed to do, and he fought a flawless performance. He beat Sua Black in his last fight, also by unanimous decision, and he's racking up that wins now. You know, and he's climbing up the ranks. But there's no official climb when you're fighting in Catchwood. I keep singing that song, so I just want to see these guys. I'm not sure. I think Dimitri actually made weight and passed hydration, where Soe Lin Oo didn't pass the hydration. So maybe we'll see Dimitri continue his rise in the featherweight division, like we were talking about the fighter before this in Rambolek. They're in the same division. We might just see Rambolek and Dimitri fight each other next instead of
Very
King Joe.
possible. Okay, thanks, PG. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on this one, ladies and gentlemen. But Babu, what can you tell us here, bro?
Um, like BG said, first round, it looked one way traffic, and then afterwards, Soe Lin Oo came back into the fight. And I think that's just how his fights go. I know he's like 36 now. He's on the, I would say, the back end of the career. Um, third loss in a row. Maybe
33.
maybe it's time. Oh, 33. Well, maybe
Yeah.
it's time to look at like just having fun fights, man, and not getting put up against like young up and comers, because all the young up and comers are gonna follow the same game plan, which is start out quickly and hope to just edge it out.
Yeah.
Nobody is gonna really go toe to toe with him and try and get the knockout over him, because
Yeah.
I do put out the man of steel. So I think like just look at the fun fights. Maybe just try and get like 5 rounders in there, because it's all the fun fights should be main event fights, because you should be you should be respected enough to be put against other legends,
Mm.
other veterans of the sport. And yeah, I would like to see more of Soe Lin Oo, but I just don't want to see him fighting the young fighters in the 3 rounders where they
Yeah.
clearly they clearly they all have the same game plan. They all come in the same way, and like BG said, by the third round, they all look like they've been beaten up, and
Mm.
they're just winning on decisions because they've outpointed Soe Lin Oo in that first
Yeah.
and the second.
Yeah, that seems to be the general pattern. Again, like our friend on the live stream in the chat was highlighting me. But I thought it was quite interesting here that like when you Google Soe Lin Oo, it doesn't come up as like Muay Thai fighter. It's internet personality. I, wa-
Ooh.
I wonder why, bro. Like,
I'm
is
also
he
looking
more
at that
like
and
is he more of a personality
Internet.
or what's the vibe? Let us know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. But BG, final thought to you, bro.
um yeah, I agree with Babu. I think let's match him up a little bit with like a sewer black. The athletes that are not really they're not really at this point gonna probably get that title run anymore, but they're gonna put on exciting fights for you all the time. The Oaks that are like 29 years old to about 35, 36. Those are the guys I think you should be going at. But like Babu said, the ones that are really trying to make a run are not gonna try and make it like a dogfight against him. They're gonna try and beat him the way a non beat him, just like
Just
overwhelm him with
outpoint
a lot
you.
of strikes. Outpoint him, yeah.
Mm,
Make sure that the gap is too far for him to close. Because when someone who does get going, it's almost like you can't stop him. It's
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
People can't stop him when he does get going. So yeah, I'm excited to see the future of both of them, even though Soon is 33 years old.
Yeah, he reminds me like very slightly. He's like kind of Cheeto Vera type because also very
Yes,
durable and also takes a
yes.
very long time to get started. But I think Sunan was just a bit more. He throws a bit more caution to the wind than Cheeto Vera, but they're
And Cheeto
very
does
similar in terms of the durability and slow
good
starting.
comparison.
Yeah, give thanks, give thanks. But okay, boys, then we will go to the light heavyweight division. We saw my twin here,
Ooh,
Berto Galvao, fortunately come up short with those lats, nonetheless,
yeah.
against Shamil
Hey,
Erdogan.
what do you call these muscles here?
Yeah, I was losing my mind on the stream, bro. I couldn't believe. Look at this beast of a man.
Yeah,
Yo,
he's massive.
I have to go to gym after the stream now, boys. Motivated me, guys. Man motivated me. But anyway, yeah, it was. I don't know. This was a bit disappointing to see on the card. Not happy with the
Yeah,
matchmaking. Ended quite early, as most people
yes,
predicted. Roberto Galvao is just carrying too much muscle to be a fighter. Bro.
way too much.
But anyway, Babu, why don't you tell the people what happened to you? Bro? This crime
Oh,
against humanity.
you actually don't know what happened with her. This man went. So Roberto Carvalho went for a takedown. Then somehow Shamil negated that takedown. Roberto Carvalho just went face down. He got kneed once. They hit him like twice, and then the ref stepped in.
Yeah.
It is exactly that chain of events, ladies and gentlemen. I swear to you, you can go look up this fight. it won't. It's not even. You don't even need to go look it up. It's a video. It's a short.
Yeah, it's a clip.
Bro, that's why he looks the part, and that's all you can say. But
Looks like a bouncer, bruh.
Yeah.
I it's just unlucky, and I think AD, like you brought up his stats just prior to the fight happening, and there's been long layoffs for him. He fought in 2025, the fight before that in 2023, the fight before that in 2019. So it's just been long layoff after long layoff, and then like it's unfortunate. Like time to hang it up, time to say like, hey, my run is done. You
Yeah.
you have a good record at the end of the day.
Yeah,
30
yeah,
and 9 is not a bad record.
Exactly.
42 years old. Like you have lats that young guys dream of, CJ. Cool.
Got it
It's
all,
your
bruh.
time. Your time, Singer. And on the other side, Samuel, he just I think he's like once just Alex Pereira. They just call him the whole time, bro. Because
2
he's
weeks
fight
ago.
now he's
2 weeks
fight
turnaround.
or I was making a joke earlier on the live stream to say what's this man's ring time, bro. And I don't think it goes more than 2 minutes because he's just there all the time and he's getting the finishes. And it is I wouldn't say it's blow my ear back performances, but he's just getting the job done. And there's no opponent that is actually durable enough to take him to the deep waters
Yeah.
thus far. And he's just stat padding the record. He's just
Yeah.
stat padding the record right now.
Big
Hopefully one can pay him up against somebody with that's around about the same age as him, if not younger, and that has actually been in wars so that we can see how he looks after he's been faced with adversity. Because at the moment, really no adversity. He's just
Yeah,
walking through.
I'd love to see it too. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on Shamil Erdogan. PG, you mentioned the Anatoly Malikan fight, which I'd also like to see for Erdogan. But yeah, tell us what you saw here and maybe also the future for Erdogan.
Yeah. I won't go into too much of the events. Babu really decided the best, most accurate depiction of the fight, exactly how it played out. So I won't repeat that. I did say in the comments of the live that the fight's going to end in 60 seconds, and it did. Roberto, I think he was out for so many times because he couldn't get a handle of his roids. I think the roids were just fucking up his system. He didn't know how to handle it, and that's probably why he wasn't able to make it every time. He's not built for a fighter. He's built for him as a model, I guess. But when I see someone that size, like the Kimbo Slices of the world, RIP, I don't. I'm like, no. They're not athletes. Not athletes. To get these guys out of here, they're going to lose every single time. So it's a waste of money for organizations. For Samuel Erdogan, Babu, average fight time 2 minutes 38 seconds. Total fight time in the one championship 10 minutes 34 seconds. 4 bouts, 100% finish. 4 fights, 4 knockouts. So that's why I was saying 80. I would love to see him fight against Anthony Malikan for the light heavyweight strap. Malikan doesn't have it anymore, so he has a middleweight and light heavyweight. Defend the fight, and Erdogan fights both middleweight and light heavyweight. So let these guys go for both those titles. I think it'll be a fantastic fight to watch. I think it'll be barn burner. If there is someone that can maybe beat Charmel Erdogan, it will be Anthony Malikan. So I think that could be the right fight to make. If not, there's Soldic. He just knocked out Dagi. Soldic can take him on, or in the middleweight division. Erdogan makes both weights quite easily. So yeah, I think they're all good matchups for him. I don't think he should be taking on a 42-year-old, a retired Ang Langan Sang, and a Chinese man that just can't seem to get a win. So yeah, let's give this guy some more competition to fight against, and then we can be excited about Shamil.
A Chinese man who just can't seem to get a win.
Yeah, playing wrong.
That's very funny on a lot of levels, bro. But anyway, we won't get into it too deep. But okay, Babu, final thought on this one from you, please, bro.
Good performance from Shamil Odegaard. We can critique him how we want to, but every fight that's just put in front of him, he's taken out, and you just have to you have to applaud because he's not out here matchmaking himself. He's just out here to collect the check.
Yeah. 2 weeks, bro. I was saying he could have slept over at the stadium for
Yeah,
the last
2 weeks
2 weeks, bro,
notice.
because his turnaround was so quick. But yeah, okay, boys. Then we will keep it moving, and we'll go to a bantamweight MMA fight here. And here we saw, what is it? The Tormentor, apparently, but
Yes,
better
Yeah,
sir.
known here at Fighting with Friends as the Mongolian Superman, come up against Jeremy Pacatiw. The Mongolian Superman winning by unanimous decision. Um, yeah, a lot of grappling, a lot of jiu-jitsu, and
yeah,
yeah, just a very good performance. He was strong on top. He was big, eh? Big
yeah,
in
massive.
size, massive in size. So BG, can you please tell
Hmm.
us the X's and O's? Because I think quite a tactical and technical performance here from
Yes,
Bakatu, Bataku.
yes,
So
yeah.
could you please tell the people a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, the fight was pretty much similar to how the grappling matches are scored in the one championship. It's one long round. I mean, this was basically one long what's it, 9 minutes of these guys just no, nine. This is MMA, so there's 15 minutes of them just grappling non-stop. They barely stood. When they did stand, it was like maybe maximum 10, 15 seconds before Ink Ogle shot for a takedown and got the takedowns every time he did successfully. And then we saw back and forth between Ink Ogle trying to land submissions and Jeremy doing a really good defensive job in not really getting caught in them because not I don't think a single submission actually sunk in. They were very close to getting sunk in, but Jeremy did a very good job in rolling out of it, scrambling, had maybe one or two reversals in there. But one thing about Ink Ogle he does really well is he can manage his opponent's body and how they move. Because every time Jeremy would get close to reversing, Ink Ogle would just stifle it, pause it, put the knee on the belly, maybe stay in half guard, maybe go to the back, throw an elbow here if he needed to, throw an elbow there if he needed to, sunk another submission, just stayed active in every position when they were moving on the ground, and it stayed there for majority of the fight. And you can't score against something like that, Even though he didn't get the finish, I would say he's not losing the fight. I would say he's controlling his opponent. He's winning. He has a lot of control time, and Jeremy just couldn't really get going for that 15 minutes. And yeah, big performance from Unga. I think it was nice to watch that kind of high level grappling. And like you said, he's very massive for the bantamweight division. I think he's a bit too big for that bantamweight division, to be honest with you. But with a performance like that, being ranked fourth, he does climb the rankings. I do think he does climb the rankings now. And he can maybe fight against someone like who just lost against Kwan One Il, the second. You can maybe take on Kwan
Oh,
One. You
Kwan
know
won the
that could
second.
I was like, oh, you see, that could be a good matchup. Um, but I don't know if you can take on someone like Fabricio Andrade, to be honest with you. So I
What
think
about
Kwan
John
One,
Lineker?
he beats on.
I think he's a nightmare for John Lineker.
I don't think so.
You
I
think
don't
John
think so.
Lineker beats him?
I think John Lineker loses.
Oh,
He only
that's what
loses
I'm
to
saying. I
grapplers.
said I think he's a nightmare for John Lineker.
Oh yes, sorry, I
Yeah.
misunderstood you there. Yeah, I think he beats John Lineker. John Lineker don't like
Mm.
fighting against wrestlers, so I would love to see him fight against either Kwan One or even Stephen Loman. Stephen Loman is a brilliant all rounder, powerful, good grappler, good striker. He's like a bigger version of Joshua Pacquiao, very similar mold. So I would love to see maybe that kind of fight, but I think Stephen Loman is probably going to try and go up the ranking. So Kwan One Il, he lost. He lost to Fabricio now twice. He has to fight down. He can't fight up after losing twice against the champion. So there you go. Next best guy is Ink Ogle Baatarkhuu.
There we go. Book it. Book it, Chowdhury. Let's go. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as always, drop us a comment if you had any thoughts about Ink Orgel here. Babu, comments from you, sir. You are the biggest Mongolian Superman fan here. So you feeling good? How
Um,
was the performance, bro?
Beautiful performance, boy. Yeah. Told PG, in the pretty fight, it's gonna be an easy night to work for Ogo. He said Jeremy was gonna put on a fight on the ground, and he thought Jeremy had the better stand up. Um, but Ogo came out like first 15 seconds through a
Mm,
spinning head kick, which me and VG were both shocked at
Yeah.
because we didn't. But it just shows that he's still making changes to his game. He's still leveling
yeah.
up, and uh, I disagree with the Kwon won the second fight. I think the John Lineker fight was better for him. I think Kwon won lost twice against Fabricio Andrade in the same facet, getting just outclassed. And I think John Lineker will offer Ogo a bit more experience because I feel like Lineker has seen it before. He's seen a fighter that's looking for the takedown. I think he can staff like one or two takedowns. Hopefully, Ogo is able to level up his game a bit more. I don't think Ogo is there in that Fabricio Andrade caliber yet. Um, I think maybe he's a fight or two fights away from that championship level type fighter. But a beautiful performance on the night from the Mongolian Superman and gets the job done. Easy, light work by B.
Babu, just to confirm there quickly, John Lineker is no longer competing in the MMA scene. Yeah, he's actually competing in Muay Thai.
That's smart of him, I think.
I
Because have
don't
you
know his
seen
name.
John Lineker wrestle, bro?
Yeah, his name
Puss.
isn't supposed to be there.
Yeah. Gotta update your website, One Championship. But shout out for the
I
card, though.
give him Stephen Lowen then.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm saying.
it has to be. It has to be number one contender shot.
There we go. Book it, book it. But okay, boys, we will then keep it moving to our next fight here, Atomweight Muay Thai bout. And here we saw Yu Yao Pui come up against Martina.
But Mama Babo, how you say that name?
PG
Yes, sir.
Kierczynska.
Kierczynska.
Kierczynska. I'm never gonna get that right. But anyway, yeah. So like I said, we did a very brief recap before we wrapped up the live stream. Bull versus Matador type of situation. Matador coming up tops. Great performance. Yu Yaopai, I thought can work a little bit on the technique, especially in the way she was entering. But yeah, Babu, from your side, sir.
I think this fight and the fight that we just spoke about, I think you and Jeremy both showed good heart in their fights. I think Jeremy like defended very well in his fight, and I think you just showed a relentless nature in this fight. Every time Martina landed, you was constantly putting forward pressure, and I think like in midway through the second, you were starting to get a bit of success, and Martina was looking very out of it. But I do think Martina was the rightful winner of this fight. She completely like dominated when needed in the first and the third. And yeah, I think just big ups to you for being like a hell of a durable fighter and not allowing Martina to completely melt her or and then get the knockout or anything like that on her.
Yeah, I mean, she was going for it and she was walking through a lot of punches. She did come close a couple of times. But yeah, BG, from your side, bro, anything you can tell us here?
Yeah, I think the way you described it was the best way of pulling on Matador. Martina, look, her footwork was keeping her in the fight. Let's be real. Her footwork encounters was saving her because Yu Yapiu was zombifying her. She was walking through those shots. She wasn't really getting rocked, and that's tough. That's tough to fight against someone that walks through your shots, even though you can see them having worse for wear. But when they're not really getting rocked and they're just walking forward and throwing elbows and shots at you, it can be a bit discouraging for the person that needs to now evade this. And that was Kierczynska's. She had to do that. She had to defend towards the, like Babu was saying, round 2 and 3. She was looking a little bit tired, but her footwork saved her. She was evading a lot of the stuff. The entries from Yuya was not the greatest because she would stand in the stance and she would come into the pocket, and when she's in the pocket, she's immediately going squared up and just slugging away. And I can see how that can work to a degree. But if you're fighting someone like the Lena Rodrigues, who's in this division with you, she's the current champion, you're getting smoked, my friend. She's dropping you right then and there before you even start the fight. You getting stopped by someone like that. So yeah, I think she needs to work on that. I don't. If she's not going to change anything like that, I cannot see Yuya making a defensive a title run. Excuse me. for Martina Kierczynska, yeah, I don't know either. Eh? I'm gonna have to see more because if Elena Rodriguez stays the champion, then I really don't see either of these two athletes coming close. I really don't. And there's a lot. The gap is quite massive. If you look at the performance, it's quite under a microscope. The gap is too far. Rodriguez is just way light years ahead of them. So for that, I'm gonna have to reserve my opinion about what I see in the future because we don't get the rankings for this division for some reason on the website. And I don't think that McManamon is going to come back anytime soon. I think she's going to take some time to recover from that beating. So yeah, let's see what the One Championship has in store for these two athletes.
Fair play, BG. And if you have any thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, drop them in the comments as always. Just another reminder to like and subscribe to Fighting with Friends. But yeah, we'll go to a catchweight fight next. This was an MMA bout. Eko Roni, fan favorite, coming up against Sanza Zakirov, who pretty much just out wrestled Eko on the night, made it very difficult for him. But I'll go to you, Babu. Could you please tell us how you saw this one playing out, sir?
This was a bit of a tough watch. I thought Eko Roni was gonna get the W, but he just age was showing on this in this fight. Zakirov, I would say, just looked good, and he was way faster, and he looked like the younger fighter, and he was getting pieced up. And like, it's unfortunate that Eko Roni had to lose in that facet, but yeah, it's a tough one, man. It is a tough one.
Yeah, Father Time is undefeated, as they say. So yeah, PG, you mentioned Eko Roni possibly retiring after the fight. I don't know if he did. I was very busy. With
Yeah,
everything.
I did loosely touch base on that, thinking that at 37 years old, can he go a bit further? He fought against a 21-year-old athlete that's coming in and he's undefeated, 12 fights, beating everybody, he's on a good record. That for me is a clear sign that if you can't compete against a prospect, there isn't really a future. You can't go any further than this. So maybe fight against Alberto Galvao in a super fight. Lots of money if you really want to fight. But to be really honest, I don't know if there's any possibility of him really climbing any sort of rankings. So yeah, I think hanging up the gloves would be the best decision for Zakirov. On the other hand, he came back because he got dropped in that first round. He got dropped really well in that first round by Ronnie. And he came back and then he just switched on. He's like, okay, cool, I can't play anymore. This is a legend. And he came back and took him down and ground and pounded. And I mean, I've been gassing up Zakirov before this. I mean, he's got 4 fights in the One Championship, was undefeated. I've been saying that this kid is something to watch. It's just a matter of time before he goes against someone that would capitalize on a knockdown like Ronnie landed on him, and we see him go through more adversity. Maybe we see Zakirov versus our boy Cade Tolo next.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll give him that level. Not yet.
It's a monster, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see it. Don't get me wrong.
I would love to see that.
I just don't know if One Championship would risk the golden boy like that, feeding him to a monster. So yeah, I don't know.
Young.
Yeah, but Cade Tolo's got that je ne sais quoi.
Does Zakirov have any jiu-jitsu to his game? Because if he doesn't, Retolo is just gonna wrap him up. And
I mean, he's got the Russian wrestling, bro.
Yeah, you see how that melted through Charles Oliveira, bro. Islam
You
melted
see?
through that one, so it could be interesting.
But the thing is, like this, he doesn't look like in this fight. We got to see like a bit of his like ground and pound. So like it didn't look, it didn't look vicious to me because he landed one straight left, would put out Eko, and then the second punch landed on his like tricep area. So like it looks like he carries a lot of power, but like I just think like in that close quarters, if you on top control, like somebody that's actually like a black belt, like actually in that realm, like it's gonna be a tough time. And I don't know if Zakirov has that same Russian dominant top game
Mm,
that like Charles Oliveira experience, like that Khabib and that Islam Makhachev, that top pressure looks like it melts other most people. And then Zarkov just didn't seem like he had that same top pressure. So
okay.
that's the only thing. And I'm not saying Kader Ritola would win that fight
Yeah.
because I do think his stand up is beyond, like, below average. But
I would suggest
yeah,
then, Pablo, I would
uh,
suggest that you go and watch the fight between Tatsumitsu Wada versus
uh,
Zakirov. Tatsumitsu Wada fought Mighty Mouse for the title. He's a grappling specialist. That's what he does. And that fight
uh,
went to decision. So there's enough time for you to watch that fight to see a little bit about what this kid is about on the ground.
okay. I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a watch.
They give you homework, Baba. But
Leaders.
that was a comment there, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know your thoughts on the young man's
Ah,
performance here tonight. But any final thoughts on this one, boys?
um, I'm excited for Zakirov's future, guys. Uzbekistan, we know what these guys are like, so I'm excited to see him make a run in that title, and that's the featherweight division. So that's Ali, what's his name, Akbar Abdullayev. That's that
Okay.
division. So yeah, keep a lookout for that name.
Keep a lookout, ladies and gentlemen. And possibly another one to keep a lookout for here in the featherweight Muay Thai. Nontachai, Jamunyong getting the job done by unanimous decision against Aryan Esparza. BG, I think this was around the time when you joined the stream, the second round of this
Yes.
fight. So I'll tell you a little bit about the first round. We have spoken many times about Thai
Yeah.
fighters having a hard time with the traditional boxing styles, and that was tending to tell in the first round. Whenever Aryan Esparza got inside, he had the better because Nontachai was trying to exchange with the hands in those
Mm.
moments when they got into the exchanges. So yeah, Aryan Esparza was doing very well. I did give him that first round, but it was very close. Don't get me wrong. I could see how you could also score it for Nontachai. Um, but then yeah, the I think the second and third round, Nontachai made some in-game adjustments and started using more tools to meet Aryan Esparza once they got into those void situations. So yeah, unanimous decision, right decision for me, I thought.
Thank you.
But PG, you joined for rounds 2 and 3, so maybe you could tell us a little bit what you saw with the kid,
Yeah.
Nontachai. Yeah.
So what I watched from round 2 and 3, it looked like Nontachai was fighting a little bit from the back foot, but clean. It looked like he used high kicks and body kicks to counter some of the entries of Ariane Esparza. He looked like he was starting to be a little bit more safe and more accurate with strikes rather than going tit for tat and barn burn. I should kind of thing. He was looked more like he was. I'm not going to fight this guy in a brawl anymore. I'm actually going to be a little bit more composed. And I think that looks good in the eyes of judges, and I think in fight fans as well. If someone is moving backward but very elusive moving backwards, and they actually land very accurate strikes, it does add up. It does for me. I think fighters win like that, even though the other fighters walking forward and putting on a lot of pressure. But then the pressures, you're not landing any strikes. Your pressure doesn't really, it's not really working. You know what I mean? The other
Mm,
person's actually landing a bit more frequently than you are. And I think that's ultimately what won Nontachai the fight, is that when he was walking backwards, he was actually clean in his defensive shots,
mm.
and avoided the pressure from Ariane Esparza, which ultimately meant that he won the fight unanimously. But exciting, like you said, he's fighting out of Jit Munyangnong gym, so that obviously means that he's fighting out of Rotang's gym. So excited to see more of him. It's a featherweight Muay Thai bout, and yeah, featherweight we know is full of killers. There's killers in
Yeah,
that featherweight division. So Nontachai he's a prospect for now. I'll leave it at that.
agreed, agreed. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let us know your thoughts on Nontachai and what do you
Sorry.
think the future holds for him. But okay, boys, I will quickly wrap up the rest of the card and then we'll go to final thoughts.
You skipping Babu?
Babu didn't see that fight, did he?
I,
oh,
I
nah,
think
I
he
didn't
did.
watch it through.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, easy. So I'll go to Banma Duoji versus Joshua Pereira. Joshua Pereira was 5-0 coming into this fight. But Banma Duoji knocked him out in the first round. The man looked fast. He looked deadly. Throwing heavy venom behind his punches. And yeah, to be honest with you, I was still kind of setting up for the live stream. If you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. It was a lot of fun. But I was still kind of setting up that time, so I didn't really see too much. It was kind of one of those blink and you miss it type of situations, and I did blink, so I missed it. So did see the replay, looked clean, but yeah, overall great performance, and looking forward to seeing Banma Doji again in the future. Go to the flyweight submission grappling where Baba's brother, other baby shark, Diogo Rice, defeated Shoya Ishiguro. Um, Diogo asserted top position from the early stages in the fight, was working his way around to side control, threatening multiple submissions at all times. He was deadly on the night, and he was flowing very nicely. Ultimately, getting Shoya Ishiguro into some kind of an inverted triangle choke as well as an armbar leading to the tap there. So yeah, I don't watch too much submission grappling, but I was very impressed with what I saw here on the night. Takes us to the opening bout of the night where we saw Stephen Karodi come up against Katsuki Kitano. And again, yeah, Katsuki Kitano started very well. I thought he came out like a house on fire, really set the tone for the card in general. But Stephen Karodi, much like what was the other fight on the card? Um, yeah, the Nontachai fight,
Mm.
making in-game adjustments and yeah, doing enough to get the job done on the night. So yeah, overall great card. So boys, I'm just going to bring you all back now, and,
Yeah.
and we can wrap it up. So we'll go to final thoughts and
Mhm.
a final rating for the card. We did of course give ratings on live stream, but just now that the dust has settled, we've had some time to think about it and we can give a fair reflection. But yeah, PG, we'll go to you first, please, sir.
Yeah, I just want to quickly touch base on that grappling match that you spoke about between Diogo and Shuya. Diogo missed weight on that fight, unfortunately, which made the fight at catch weight, not at flyweight, at 139 pounds. To give you in
Give,
kgs, that's 63.
give thanks, PG.
But
Give
yeah,
your
my thoughts
final.
about the whole card, my thoughts about the entire card is quite high. Actually, I thought every fight was exciting, and we weren't bored in any of the matches. And from your description of the first three bouts, 80 sounds like it was also action packed from every moment. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my live stream rating of a 9 for the card. Obviously, we all spoke about it live, and I'll talk about it again now. The point that's pulling the way from a 10 would be the fight between Shamil Erdogan and Gilberto Galvao. Obviously,
Mm.
that yeah, it was a bit of a strange matchup, and that kind of left a slight sour taste in my mouth, and that's why I'm not going to give it a full 10. But every single performance, bar that fight, was just fabulous to watch. Every fight was fantastic, and big ups to the and still the Romanian champion Allycia Hellen Rodrigues for making it a beautiful closing curtains for the event.
Very nicely done, BG. Babu, your mic is hot, sir.
Um, Amazing code. Lovely to watch right the way through from the time I joined every fight. Very competitive, like you guys have stated. Enjoyed every fight. Even the shit fight was alright to watch. Um, but yeah, just fun to 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 watch fights with the boys, and then yeah, I think I'm sticking with a 9. Uh, yeah, I think it's valid in terms of if you look at the results of every fight. Um, every fight was either ended in a finish or if it went to decision, it was a highly entertaining decision.
Absolutely agree. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm also going to give that an 8. Also pulling 1 point from a 9 just because of the Shamal Erdogan fight. But yeah, it was comedy gold at the end of the day. So maybe we're being a bit harsh. 8.5. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you have made it this far in the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all those who joined us for the live stream. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Drop a like, and all that interaction really helps us out. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back for UFC 313 Ankalaev versus Pereira, and we'll hope to see you there. So for myself, BG, PB. Jedi Knight, all of us here at Fighting with Friends. See you later.